It was early morning on November 8th, 2013. Filipinos were preparing for a typhoon just like they had many times before. But soon they would realize that this storm, a Category 4 super typhoon, would be unlike anything they'd ever experienced. 5 million people would lose their homes that day, and nearly 8,000 would lose their lives. Thankfully, GlobalGiving donors gave nearly $2.3 million, enabling 33 GlobalGiving nonprofit partners in the Philippines to respond immediately, providing food, water, and shelter to survivors. Today is the one-year anniversary of the storm, and we just returned from a visit to the Philippines. We traveled to the hardest-hit islands to hear about the recovery firsthand. We met with Jay from an NGO called PBSP. He explained why it's important to revive the local ecosystem after a disaster. Here he is describing the mangrove trees that they're replanting.
So right now we're planting these mangroves because mangroves are critically important in defending an island from the storm surges. They're also good breeding grounds for fishes.
We also met with Elmer from an organization called WAND. He's working with other Filipinos to develop locally made toilet systems for typhoon survivors.
The good thing with local implementers or local people is that we know what the locals like or what the locals want. For example, in terms of toilets, international aid are doing toilets that are really not practical, are not useful for Filipinos. But our toilet are Filipino-type toilets.
Did you catch that? Elmer saw that even after a disaster, people will only use and maintain sanitation systems if they're culturally appropriate. That's why we support local groups like WAND to make sure that your money goes to solutions that make sense. What was clear from our trip was that 1 year after Typhoon Haiyan, GlobalGiving's locally driven partners are still hard at work, long after other aid workers have packed up and left.
I would say that a lot of services have left or backed off their support and don't have the finances and funding anymore to continue the work. However, the need is so strong still. There's still a lot of work that's needing to be done, and the people here will tell you that too.
And so that's why on the anniversary of the disaster this year, GlobalGiving is matching all donations to ongoing Haiyan recovery projects. Because true recovery takes time, and we know that people like you are committed to long-term recovery even when disasters stop making headlines.